And good morning. We are in the middle of summer storm, and as you can see, that is about 4 hours from now. Um, in the meantime, of course, I have to get a video out, excuse me, for Sunday. And this is the fully upgraded tornado. Now, why they are calling this a tornado at this point, I do not know. No tornado ever had a Bristol Centarus 18-row, 2,500 horsepower engine. And as it's rendered here, you'll notice some, what I will just call mistakes. See this engine cowling? That's correct. You see the chin radiator? Well, yeah. The reason this is circular is called a radial engine. It doesn't use radiators. It doesn't use glycol. Instead, it uses the force of the propeller wind coming through it to cool off the cylinders as they come through. So it's actually an oil-cooled engine, not a glycol or antifreeze-cooled engine. And that has a major advantage, and the reason the Navy used this so much was because one bullet in a radiator to an antifreeze-cooled engine, and within a very short time the engine seizes up and the aircraft goes down in almost pristine condition for your enemy to look at. So you've lost the aircraft. The enemy now has everything they need to know about your aircraft, because it doesn't take that much to unseize an engine, or at least take all the measurements off of it and take all the lessons learned from it. Another mistake, I don't know if they're trying to reproduce a Tempest, or if that's coming out later. I can't speak to that. Alright. For one thing, look at the thickness of the roots. This is a major problem in the Typhoon and Tornado. Now, Tornado was waiting for an engine that, the Rolls-Royce Vulture engine that wasn't produced, and, well, it was being tested, but it couldn't come out of development. Just didn't work well enough to do it, and that happens with a lot of companies. Nonetheless, they canceled the engine. It's wartime. They need to move on. And the Tornado project ended, and the Typhoon project went on to a very successful career in ground attack and low-level interdiction. It was replaced by something called the Tempest. And because of the Centarus engine that you see in this becomes an issue. One, the Tornado never had this engine attached. Nor did the Typhoon. It actually came out during the introduction of the Tempest. These thick wings became laminar flow wings, and the reason they decided to use that was because it was so successful on the P-51 Mustang. And it worked out very well for the Mustang. Why not? Well, you can tell that because the maximum thickness of the wing here at the root is 14.5% of the chord, and chord is length of the wing here. Thinning out to 10% here. And they went to an elliptical wing, and then they clipped the wings off, the wing tips off. So that gives you two things. It improves roll rate and makes it a little more structurally sound, actually. But mostly improves roll rate. And gave them some more, they went to the elliptical shaped wing with laminar flow because it gave them more depth to put all these lovely guns and get 800 rounds into the, for the 20 millimeters into the wing. So if they're once they walk away from the original Vulture engine, this aircraft becomes 100% Fantasyland. Hate to say it, but it's just true. Another thing is in late production, they switched the direction to the Tempest, they got rid of this and they went to a bubble canopy. This wing tail assembly almost doubled in area, and bubble canopies come with a price. You lose directional stability, which means that when you're going forward, the aircraft tends to want to snake around instead of fly at level and straight, which is not a desirable not desirable in an aircraft. That's the way I want to say it. All right. So I'm left with an aircraft I don't really know how to describe or what its historical role was. Historically, it never really got anywhere because they shut down the Tornado Land because the engine wasn't available. And it went on as a Tempest. So you're looking at some sort of weird hybrid between a Typhoon and a Tempest right now. And imaginary. Yeah, this is just... Oh, love you to death, World of Warplanes, but sometimes you just leave me scratching my heads. Okay, so that's anyway. As the game, this is envisioned in the game. Maybe I should just leave it at that because I'm getting angry and I don't want to get angry. You're getting 360 DPS out of a Tier 6 aircraft, which is pretty darn good. Bombs and rockets. It comes with 6 of these rockets. And if you look at the upgrade here, you get 1,000 DPS and 115 feet blast radius, and you get 6 of them. Or you can take 2 bombs you prefer, and you get 2,200. Well, if you do the math, you get 600 damage out of the rockets, and you get 440 out of the bombs. 4,400 out of the bombs and 6,000 out of the rockets, albeit with a larger blast zone. So silly me, I decided I'd really rather just have the 6,000 damage, and the rest of them can do whatever they want. Okay, your choice, of course, just make an informed choice, right? Now, the neat thing about this is when you launch your rockets, I'm wandering around, I notice I have rockets again. Well, I got a target, I went ahead and blasted it with the rockets, and sure enough, it immediately came up with a 60-second cooldown till you get more rockets. And normally on aircraft like this, I kind of just think, yeah, you know, it's not enough of a bomb load to worry about. You look at something like an F-84B, and you launch your rockets, and then you wait, and wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. 2 minutes or more. And some of them, the 1056, you know, you have this humongous bomb load, and then you launch them, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. It's just a huge amount of time to get them back. That's not the case here. And that makes this a very valuable multi-role with a true multi-role capacity. Now the trade-off is here. It's your airspeed. It's 265 with the best engine. You take it off, and you're at 273, which is not bad speed. Okay? Your choice. But 273 over 265, to me, that's not a big enough change for me to say I want to do without ordnance. Your choice, again. But at least now you know. The maneuverability on this aircraft, and let me preface this by saying that I have some pretty nice gear on this, is 10.1. Not bad. Here's what you need to know, though. I've got the lightweight wing airframe on here. It's giving me some improvement, and that's helping. So just to be aware, I don't want to tell anybody any fibs. All right. And where it fails at is in altitude. You're right at not quite 4,000 feet. So you're out at 6,000 feet, 7,000 feet. I've had this thing up to 8,000 feet, and, it just begins to dog out. But then, historically, the aircraft did not do well. I'm talking about the Typhoon here. And the aircraft did not do well at high altitudes, despite having a 3-stage turbocharger. And part of it was the wings. You had airframe inefficiencies, and most of them could be laid at the feet of this. This is not a great wing. Then Sidney Cam, who ran the company, understood that and went on with Tempest development almost immediately. It was going to be called the Typhoon 2, and they decided Tempest sounded better, and it was a different enough model that, the two are loosely related, but they're not really the same aircraft at all. All right, so there we have it. I've flown this before. It's a good aircraft. You should enjoy it immensely, and we will take it to flight momentarily, and I'll give you impressions of it there. But right now, this is a fun aircraft. So anything short of a true turn and burn, you pretty much got a lot of authority in it. The guns are very effective, and they work very well against most aircraft. And they're much more accurate than a lot of heavy fighter armaments I'm finding for the most part. All right, let's go on to Phase 2. Okay, folks, let's begin with the second half of this video. Obviously, we got caught up in doing some other things the other day, and the tornado video I had wasn't really something I particularly wanted to show you. As every bot in the world decided it wanted to ram me. And I don't think I was trying to make a ramming video. And I have 1, 2, 3 hostile aircraft around me. Oh, for the days where you can kind of ignore the air defense aircraft, and if you got shot down, it was kind of the, you were just having a bad day. Not that way anymore, is it? Alright, get back to it. As may be surmised from what's happened so far, the firepower on this is pretty darn good. Not outright spectacular, but I don't expect that in Tier 6. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Gravity pulls back around.
We've taken control of the airfield.
Finally took that. We need to get back over to...
Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them.
We have a Tomahawk 2B. You know, I might have to invest in the Rocketeer deal. Okay, so we are getting our patooties kicked. And there's a spawn area between us and me, you, and the area I want to get to. Well, that was a pretty paint job. Okay, we gotta play defender here.
Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. Support will be unable to reach you. Do you read me? Over.
Let's get back to where we need to be.
They've almost got us.
400-point game. Unfortunately, I doubt that we can make up the difference. And I've again got enemy aircraft between me and that base. And that's unfortunate, because we really need to take that base to have a chance.
Proceed. Return into base. Do you copy?
Ram, the nice attack aircraft, or attack bomber. Gotta let this thing cool down a little bit. Doing everything I can do to hold on to our one base, and that's it. All right. Okay. Well, I've done everything I can do with the aircraft. Unfortunately, I'm over the 49.999% win rate I'm supposed to be at, and therefore the other side gets the better bots. So, what is. Okay, we destroyed 15 aircraft, assisted in destroying 2 more. Capture point, got a Rocketeer there, and Flying Raider badge. Team score, I came in a comfortable number 1, but that didn't matter. I'm assuming it's mostly bots on the other side. And that will, but it does give a very good demonstration of what the aircraft is capable of doing. It's very maneuverable, effective armaments. Even comes with some rockets. The rockets are okay, they're just not overwhelming. And so from that standpoint, they're just, this is a good aircraft. You're going to have a good time with it when you go to fully upgraded, and then when you get your specialists, and if you choose to do so, you can get your lightweight engine in this and increase that maneuverability even more if you want, or you can change this out to the aircraft polish and get the upgraded engine and do something with that. You can get your outboard weapons here. It comes with some nifties on that one, including reloading faster at 60 seconds. I don't know that I would go any other route than more effective, because that's an awfully fast reload. So you have 2 in that. It doesn't show me what it is, but if our memory serves, you get one that allows you to reload faster. You get another one that gets the bombs to be a little more effective. I believe that's in the consumable. So those are some other nice to haves. All right. Overall impressions on the aircraft. This is a darn good aircraft. It's not, needs another 2,000 foot in altitude to be, wonderful, but historically it's very accurate. The engine did not do well at high altitude because of the thickness of the wings, so you have some airframe inefficiencies that I've mentioned in the earlier section. But overall it's darn good, and so I was very happy with this aircraft. I think it's a nice addition. I think you'll enjoy it, and that will wrap this one up. I want to thank you for watching. Would you ask you to like the video, to subscribe. I'm in desperate need of subscribers, and I would like to, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so through the channel page. Hit the About, and you'll find the Patreon link. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.